There is a term in the study of exploitation called the force, fraud, or coercion framework, and it comes directly from federal law. It is the legal standard used to identify sex trafficking, force, fraud, or coercion. You do not need all three, you only need one. Now let me ask you something. When someone uses a promise of career advancement to get access to a younger woman who is economically dependent on them, what is that? That's fraud. When someone uses their position as an employer to push, manipulate, and induce a subordinate into a sexual relationship, that's coercion. And when someone allegedly drugs a woman's drink and assaults them while they're incapacitated, that's force. Now, I'm not calling these men traffickers in a legal sense. The legal definition requires a commercial sex act, and that element is not alleged here. But what I am saying is the behavioral architecture is identical to what we teach investigators to look for in trafficking cases. Grooming through the promise of something valuable, access through fraud, control through the power differential, and ultimately silence through intimidation. These are not random acts. They are a sequence, and the sequence has a name. These are also not isolated incidents. And here's the part I think people are missing. Jeffrey Epstein was not a lone predator. Epstein ran a network, and he used the promise of money, power, and opportunity to lure young women and girls into situations where they were exploited by he and his friends. And Epstein was protected by the system for years, only to die in federal custody under circumstances that remain, to put it generously, contested. Motivated reasoning is a cognitive bias that happens when our desire to reach a particular conclusion distorts our evaluation of the evidence before us. In motivated reasoning, we do not evaluate the facts and then arrive at a verdict. Instead, we decide what we want the verdict to be, and then we evaluate the facts accordingly.